welcome to the Division 1A playoffs, CIF Southern Section style, where the number 11 Roosevelt Mustangs are coming in to visit the number 3 seed Leuzinger Olympians in what should be, Rashawn Haylock, another lockdown battle. At least the Mustangs want to do that to the Olympians, who have won 17 straight.
Yeah, absolutely. This Olympia team is hot. You want to be playing your best basketball at this point of the season. Leuzinger started the season 4-6. They've since won 17 in a row, including a huge second-round win at Capistrano Valley last week, led by Tayshawn Burton, season high, 20 points last week.
And he had 10 of those points, actually 11 of those points in the fourth quarter, and 2 heart-breaking three-pointers to send the Capo Valley Cougars home. And what a game it was, 76-60 at their house. And also Amir Garrett had 10 points in the third quarter.
Yeah, Amir Garrett, what can you say about him? He's been the catalyst for this team all season long. He's a transfer from Las Vegas, and he's been pretty much the go-to guy for this Leuzinger Olympian team. Akil Quinn, DeLon Wright, those guys were down earlier in the season with injuries and chicken pox respectively, but it's been Amir Garrett, the catalyst. We were here earlier in the year. He put on a spectacular performance in order to lift this Leuzinger team over Hawthorne. You should expect a great night for him tonight as well.
That's right, and also Chasen Williams and Colroy Gordon got into early foul trouble, and the bench bailed out the Olympians again.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's going to take a team effort tonight if they're going to get past this Roosevelt team. This is a team that, as you mentioned earlier, Lou, they like to get down and lock down defensively. They also like to pressure a little bit, not as much as Leuzinger does, however, but please believe they're going to give their best effort tonight. A history-making night tonight for Roosevelt. First time in school history they're appearing in a quarterfinal matchup.
And there's 2 big seniors on this team, and Drisdom and Lomelli, and they average almost 20 points a ball game.
Yeah, absolutely. And Drisdom is a guy that missed a lot of time with a severe ankle sprain. We'll get into that a little bit during the broadcast. And Lomelli is their go-to guy. He's the leading scorer on this team. He can go off. And please believe these Olympians are going to have to locate Lomelli because he's a guy that's capable of putting up 30 or more on any given night.
Well, the Olympians showed some terrific patience the other night down in Capistrano Valley. They're going to have to do that again tonight against this Mustang team.
You're going to have to be patient, and you can't look ahead. You know, all of us in the media have been looking forward to Leuzinger Loyola. It's been all in the papers. It's been all in the blogs. But you got to take care of business. You got to take care of this game here tonight first before you can look forward. And I talked to Coach Reggie Morris about that before the game, and he said this team has no concerns with that. They're staying right here in the moment. They're not looking ahead. They know they have to take care of their business here tonight at the Lou House.
Stay tuned. The opening lineups and the tip-off are next, and the national anthem with Lima Sakona. Along with Rashawn Haylock, I'm Lou Stowers and the terrific Channel 22 Sports crew. Stay tuned for CIF Southern Section Division 1A basketball. Back here at Lou House just before the starting lineups, and we are going to have, well, let's see. Are we going to have the national anthem first, or are we going to have the announcements of the players? It's going to be the number 11 Roosevelt Mustangs being introduced, and they have held their opponents to under 50 points in both games, and they were a big winner, 54-50 at number 6 Cajon. So they are a lockdown defensive team. And this is how head coach Ramon Neal's team is going to start. They are the 11th seeded team in Division 1A with a record of 20-10 and 10-4 in the Big 8 League, good enough for second place. And start things off, number 11, Terrence Drisdom, the captain of this team, a 6'3 senior, averaging 17.5 points a game. Number 20, their big 6'4 senior and leading scorer, averaging 19.1 points a game, Javier Lomelli, another captain on this team. Number 23, another guard for the Mustangs, a 6'1 sophomore, Brandon Rogers. And a 6'5 guard, number 24, Yudin Osakwe, and he averages almost 5 points a game, Osakwe. And another wing, number 32, and the third captain of this team, a 6'4 senior, averaging 9.1 points a ball game, Austin Hill. The Mustangs are coached by Ramon Neal, and their assistant coaches are Scott King and Stephen Singleton. The number 3 seeded Leuzinger Olympians, with a record of 21-6 overall, ran the table 10-0 in the Bay League, good enough for first place, are 7-1 at home. Number 33, a 6'3 senior, Chasen Williams, averaging 9.7 points a ball game. Also starting for the Leuzinger Olympians, number 10, a 6'3 senior, averaging 11.1 points a ball game, Cole Roy Gordon. Actually, that's Amir Garrett, number 22, a 6'6 junior, the leading scorer, averaging just under 17 points a ball game, the leading rebounder, 7 rebounds a game. There's Cole Roy Gordon, the 6'3 senior, averaging 11 points a ball game. Number 5, at one guard, a 6'3 senior, Akil Quinn, who averages just over 11.5 points a ball game. Also has 38 three-pointers to lead this team. Number 1 is the point guard of this team, DeLon White, a 6'4 senior, averaging 12.3 points a ball game and 5 assists a game. Reggie Morris is the head coach, and assistant Chris Young and Kevin Posey. Their bus driver is, of course, Anthony. There you see Reggie Miller, and getting ready to sing the national anthem is what's turning out to be the good luck charm here at home for the Leuzinger Olympians. And she is a senior from the basketball court, Lima Sakona. Sakona Rockin' Lou House with her rendition of the national anthem. We'll have to get the name of the person who was helping her out there. But Lima, a senior on the Leuzinger Lady Olympians basketball team. This is the 3rd time that she has sung the national anthem here, and they have not lost in the previous 2 games. So why not bring her back? Remember Kate Smith with the Philadelphia Flyers? Of course not. You were too young, Sean.
Why not bring her back, though? Of course, we all talk about how we're not superstitious. We're just creatures of habit. And why not have Miss Sakona come back to do the national anthem?
There you see DeLon Wright, and Amir Garrett will tip off against number 24, Yuden Osakwe. Our officials tonight ready to put the ball in play. The referee, Levon Zakarian. He'll be helped out by Owen Healy and Ed Kokorian out of the San Fernando Valley, and we're underway. Amir Garrett wins the tip, and here we go. Roy Gordon has it to Akil Quinn. This is going to be a man-to-man defense. They haven't seen this in a while.
Yeah, this Roosevelt team likes to play 85 to 95% of the time man defense. You see the quick bucket there by Roy Gordon. Nice penetration, though, on the setup.
And Akil Quinn almost carried the ball over, and he did carry the ball over, says Owen Healy. And Terrence Drisden commits the first turnover of the ball game for the Mustangs, clad in their navy blue with the orange trim. Home whites for the Olympians. And this could be their last game here at Lou House.
Yeah, it could be. And once you advance to the next round, you have to play the alternate side, so this very well could be that the last game here.
Gordon continues his ice-cold shooting. Rebound is off to Drisden, and a three-point shot taken, and off the mark by Rogers, and it's rebounded by the Mustangs. Rogers gets the ball again on the baseline, gets a little bunny, misses everything on the air ball. Amir Garrett comes away with it. A 3-and-1 break, and the shot off of Wright goes off the mark. Rebound is off, and the Mustangs back in a hurry. Javier Lamelli with it. Lamelli gets it back and puts it up and in, showing why he is the leading scorer on this team.
Yeah, he's averaging about 19 points a game, and there you see the quick bucket there.
Jason Williams, he was ice cold as well against Capo Valley, but he was in foul trouble. Fast break, block shot from behind by Garrett. Rebound to Quinn to right, and Lamelli was there to block it away, and back comes Drisden. Drisden bounces the ball to Osakwe. Has it on the wing, kicks it outside. Ball goes to Hill. Hill slowing things down. 4-2 Leuzinger just underway here. The quarterfinals, CIF Southern Section Division 1A. Lamelli gets it, also cutting in and getting fouled from behind is Brandon Rogers. And he will go to the line to shoot two, as the foul was committed by Chasen Williams, who got into early foul trouble against Capo Valley.
Hey, you see the set play right here. They have to go to the second option, and that was Rogers getting the layup. He was fouled. He went to the line, but they were trying to set up a back door on the far side, but the pass was unable to be handled by Roosevelt. Nice defense by the Olympians that time.
So Brandon Rogers sinks the first one, a 59% foul shooter, averages 4.6 a ball game, has 29 three-point shots. This one's off the mark. And back come the Olympians with the rebound. 6:05 left to go in the first quarter. Gordon has it.
You see a zone look for the first time tonight.
Yep, that shows that they're respecting the speed of the Olympians early. Doesn't it, Coach?
Absolutely.
Garrett is fouled, as he knew he was going to get fouled from behind. You could either call Austin Hill or Brandon Rogers. Let's see. And they give it to Rogers, his first personal, first team foul.
Not only does it cut down, not only does it show that they respect the speed, they being Roosevelt, as you take a look at the foul underneath, but also, first couple baskets, Leuzinger's been able to get right to the cup. They want to cut down on that penetration as well, force this team to knock down some outside shots.
Garrett misses the first one. Amir, a 74% foul shooter, 16.9 points a game. Has seen his point totals go down, as you saw there, Coach Ramon Neal. Second foul shot is in. His first point of the game, and it's a 5-3 lead. But Amir's been playing more outside. The steal by the Olympians, but it's taken back by Rogers and the Mustangs. Drisden with it, faces full court pressure, has to get rid of it, and a violation. 10-second violation. Good pressure by the Olympians, forcing that turnover.
Good pressure there that time. That not a turnover, which they threw the ball away, but Leuzinger still able to get the 10-second violation there. That's something that Coach Neal was worried about coming into this game. How would his team handle this pressure of Leuzinger?
Quinn with it, facing the 2-3 zone. Right, checking out a three-point shot, gets it back over to Quinn, but it's stolen by Drisden. And back come the Mustangs, puts up a one-handed runner. And now the game is tied at another steal. This time it's by Lamelli, and Chasen Williams is in early foul trouble again.
Yeah, that's 2 on Chasen, as he gets called for the block right there, and it got started because of and Coach Morris is going to want to call it, get a timeout here, and I don't blame him. Leuzinger obviously wants to run, but that was an unforced error right there. After the quick run out by Drisden and the little runner, Leuzinger turns the ball right back over, and an opportunity for 2 free throw shots here by Lamelli. He did a nice job, didn't settle that time. He got the steal, and attack went right towards the basket, and Chasen Williams picks up his second personal foul of this game.
And that's exactly the way things started at Capistrano Valley against the Cougars at their lair. And Chasen Williams had early foul trouble and some unforced errors. Kept things close until a 9-3 run in the second quarter to end the first half.
A couple things early that I'm sure Coach Morris is pointing out over there in the huddle. You don't want to give up unforced errors like that, especially right after a situation in which you caused Roosevelt to commit a 10-second violation. And not only that, you want to run, you want to be quick, but not in a hurry. This team needs to settle down a little bit and not create those unforced errors.
Lomelli makes the first shot, and the Mustangs take the lead for the first time.
Also, you got to be cognizant defensively, and your full court pressure, you got to make sure you don't let anybody get behind you, as was the case in the earlier possession for Roosevelt. And you see Tayshawn Burton in the game for the first time tonight.
And Marcus Mosley in the ball game as well, a 5'5" junior guard for the Mustangs. Tayshawn was huge off of the bench for the Olympians on Friday night. Tayshawn had 2 3-pointers to put the dagger in the heartbreaker Burton last Friday night to Capistrano Valley. Good rotation by the Olympians to see if they can keep the patience with under 10 seconds on the shot clock. Burton puts it up and in. So he pays dividends right off the bats, and it's tied at 7.
Coming off that big 20-point game, he knocked 4 3-pointers down. There's a breakdown defensively, though, for Leuzinger.
Good rotation by the Mustangs, and back comes Leuzinger, but the Mustangs are back on defense in a hurry. Driving the baseline is DeLon Wright, and a foul called on Yudin Osakwe.
We'll take a look at the penetration here by DeLon Wright, attacking the baseline. He got held up that time. No continuation in high school basketball, but you get 3 there for Roy Gordon.
Colroy gets off the schneid for a 3-pointer, and that's his first points since early against Capistrano Valley last Friday. And actually, he did not have a field goal at all against the Cougars. All of his points came off with a free throw. Missed shot for the offensive rebound. That won't go down either. Rebound is taken by Drisdom. Drisdom double teamed with 3:53 left to go in the first quarter and a 1-point Leuzinger lead. Mustangs with it with a new shot clock. Drisdom has it. Going to go one-on-one against Garrett. Cuts him off on the baseline. Back out to Osakwe. Now, ball is in the hands of the point guard, Mosley, and he hits it off the glass. So now it's a 2-point lead and a foul in the corners. Burton's pushed out of bounds by Javier Lomelli, his first personal, 3rd team foul.
Another substitution in the game as Garrett's going to have a seat. You take a look at this last play, and Burton knocked out by Lomelli. That last possession, good defense by Leuzinger, but gave up the 3, and the kid banked it off the glass. What are you going to do?
Gordon misses the 3, that goes out of bounds, and I'm sure that's not what Reggie Morris wanted, getting out of the foul right away. But in the ball game is Jaquan Green in for Amir Garrett as the Mustangs have the ball, taking their time. Dominique Odoms in the ball game, and this ball is stolen by Tayshawn Burton on the bad pass. Gordon with the ball fake wants to go down the lane, and a player control foul. As Gordon tried to force the issue and got called.
And if you're at Roosevelt right now, you got to be extremely happy with your start in this ball game. 3:05 left in this quarter. You got a 2-point lead. You withstood the crowd here on the road in a hostile environment, and you've been able to execute minus a few mistakes and play your game for the most part.
Inbound pass is way up high and out of bounds, and it's tipped by Amir Garrett back in the ball game for Gordon. As Reggie Morris yanking him right away. Doesn't want to get Gordon get him flustered, as he's been in foul trouble the past 2 games early. Under 3 minutes left in the first quarter, a 2-point Mustang lead. Make that a 4-point lead. Dominique Odom's first bucket of the game.
You got to locate defensively if you're losing. These are wide open layups that Roosevelt is knocking down. And the shots that they have got, they haven't really had to work for it.
2-3 zone seems to be working for the Mustangs after an early run by the Olympians on the man-to-man defense. That plays right into the hands of Leuzinger, and a slap by Mosley on the shot by Quinn. That should be 2. So Marcus with his first personal and the 4th team foul.
And Marcus Mosley, 5'5" junior guard, trying to defend against the much taller 6'4" Akil Quinn. He raked him right against the arm. Mosley didn't like the call, but Quinn at the line to shoot 2.
Akil, a 75% free throw shooter. Rims this one out.
Free throws, the nemesis early on for the Olympians. Amongst the few breakdowns defensively, you get up to the stripe, you got to knock these shots down.
2 points for Akil so far, and they makes the second one. So 3 points, and it's a 3-point ball game. Mustangs beat the pressure as Drisdom has it. Now gets it underneath to a wide open Lamelli, but the ball is blocked by Burton. Rebound is put up, no. And the rebound is taken by the Mustangs. That's their third opportunity this time down. Drisdom with it, going down to 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Drives, won't go down. Amir Garrett, though, is called for the offense. It's called for the goaltending. So the ball should go to, the point should go to Javier Lamelli.
That ball hanging right on the rim, and Garrett just kind of knocked it out of there. Can't do that. If this were international rules, then that would fly, but not here.
We saw that down at Capistrano Valley as well, and now a travel down to the baseline by Tayshawn Burton. That's 3 turnovers for the Olympians with 1:52 left to go in the first quarter and a 5-point Mustang lead. So right now, the more composed team seems to be the Mustangs, and a foul by attrition goes on DeLon Wright, and that's his first personal.
They skipped it over. Wright came up, was just a step too late. Unable to pick up that deflection that time and ran right into Austin Hill.
So DeLon has been trying to get through this season as injury and illness-free as possible. Just coming back after some chicken pox issues. Had a broken hand. And another foul by Akil Quinn, stripping the ball away from Mosley.
And if there is a matchup to watch, it's this one right here. We talked about it a little bit earlier, how Quinn got fouled, but he was trying to pull up at the free throw line to shoot 2. Mosley may only be 5'5", but he's not going to back down from Akil Quinn. He's letting them know that right now, as those two guys are battling and competing against each other right now at the point guard spot.
Maybe we better get Lance Booker out there. Lamelli has it against Garrett, tries to drive, stops, and then goes, but Akil Quinn gets knocked down, but Lamelli gets the bucket. He has 10 points in the quarter. 18-11, 1:10 left to go in the first quarter. Amir Garrett rises for 3. Off the mark, DeLon Wright with the rebound, no. Jaquan Green has a shot blocked on the way up, and he should get 2 free throws.
A nice job attacking the boards there by DeLon Wright. That's the problem going up against, when you're playing the zone, you're going to give up some offensive rebounds because you're not really boxing out a person, you're boxing out an area more or less, and nobody got to that spot where DeLon was. He was able to keep that play open.
Robert Savoy in the ball game for the Mustangs. Quinn gets it over to Burton. And I thought it was a travel over on the Roosevelt side, but the rebound is off to Drisdom, and back come the Mustangs after the Olympians waste their opportunity. Lamelli gets it out to Mosley. He can shoot the ball, and he throws it out of bounds. The hot potato was too hot for Savoy. 5th turnover for the Mustangs.
Threw it a little bit too high there that time, did the young fella Mosley, but it was definitely a good idea.
Burton and Gordon back in for the Olympians, is also out of the ball game, probably for the rest of the quarter, is Lamelli. And back in the ball game is Osakwe. Burton back to Garrett. Ball is tipped away by Mosley. And now, let's see, are they going to call Quinn for the foul?
Yes, if so, that's going to be number 2 on Akil Quinn. Coach Morris looking down the bench right now. And it looks like he's going to have to make a substitution. Quinn right there is a loose ball, trying to get it, but he kind of grabbed the arm of Savoy And so that's number 2 on the kill Quinn. So he's going to have a seat making his first appearance, Marshawn McMahon.
And now the Olympians are out of fouls with 20 seconds left to go in the first quarter. And they trail by 7. Mosley stops, hands the ball off. Savoy gets it to Drisden. Drisden calls out the play, going up against DeLon Wright. Holds the ball, now gets it out to Tyson. Troy Tyson in the ball game. Long shot by Mosley at the buzzer. Hits iron, and that's it for the first quarter of play. Well, the Olympians start off hot, but the Mustangs outrace them to the finish of the first quarter, 18-11. Leuzinger trails the Mustangs.
And nice effort by Roosevelt. They've done exactly all they wanted to do. You're coming in here on the road, hostile environment, and you mentioned it earlier, Lou, if there's a more composed team in this game, it has been Roosevelt through the first 8 minutes.
18-11 the score. Leuzinger averages almost 18 points a game, and Roosevelt averages 15 points a game in the first quarter. So we'll have to see what Reggie Morris. All right, Coach Rashawn Haylock, what are you going to tell your Olympians?
Right now, if I'm the coach of Leuzinger right now, I'm telling my guys to calm down. We got to get out of our own way. For the most part, we've been our own worst enemy, whether it's being late to get steals or to get deflections, whether it's our breakdowns defensively and our full court pressure, letting guys get behind us for wide open layups, and just locating primarily defensively, both in the full court and in the half court. We got to make sure we're cognizant of where guys are in blue. And on the offensive end, when we get to the free throw line, guys, we got to knock down shots.
And Corona Centennial is the 3rd seed in Division I AA. And this Mustang team went 1-for-1 against them in Big 8 play.
Yeah, Centennial is a team that was ranked nationally in some polls, definitely ranked highly in the state, featuring a trio of sensational juniors spearheaded by Dominique Dunning, but Roosevelt was able to knock them off. Their only loss in league play was to this Roosevelt team.
Gordon steals the pass, long pass down to Wright, and he's fouled going up for the shot. And he'll have 2 after being fouled by Brandon Rogers. And now the Mustangs are out of fouls.
And you see DeLon kind of pointing to himself saying, my bad, and telling his teammate, good pass. That was definitely one that he felt like he should have been able to make.
Now this is where the Olympians have to start making some hay at the free throw line. If they're going to be given those bunnies, they have to make them. Right now, they've missed 3 out of their 5.
And it's the second personal foul on Rogers, but right now it doesn't seem like that bad of a foul, because at best, Leuzinger gets 1 here.
Second one is good, so the first point of the ball game for DeLon. And it's 18-12. Ball is taken by Troy Tyson, going up against Gordon. Gordon has been getting into early foul trouble. Needs to have a good ball game for Reggie Morris and the Olympians. Everybody's going to have to contribute tonight, it looks like, against these Mustangs. Drisden knocks down Amir Garrett, and is that a player control foul?
I think they're just going to call. I think they're just calling it out of bounds. I don't think they're going to give Drisden the foul there. Meanwhile, Coach Neal wants to get a 30.
Okay. So Ramon Neal with the 30-second timeout. There you see it. It looked like Amir.
Yeah, you see the official right there underneath the basket saying, hitting his knee, as if to say the ball went off the knee of blue, and so it's going to be Leuzinger basketball. No foul called against Drisden. And right now, Coach Neal calling a timeout, wanting to settle his guys down a little bit. Leading this one by 6, 7:24 to play here in this first half. It doesn't want things to get out of control. Drisden, you see that kind of spread it out for him a little bit. Wants to make sure he takes advantage of what the defense is giving him, but he doesn't want him to get out of control.
So now the Olympians 94 feet away from the basket. Get things going. Marshawn McMahon against Mosley. Short hops the pass to DeLon Wright. Amir Garrett along the baseline, gets it back out. Gordon wants to shoot, drives the wing, now gets it back out to McMahon for 3, just off the mark. Burton with the rebound. Burton having trouble getting it up, fights for it. Now it's tipped up and in by DeLon Wright. His first bucket of the game.
He's so long, so long. He just got his arm in there and just tipped it in. And you could wonder how he's able to do it, but you see those long arms.
And Lomeli goes up. That won't go down. Tipped out by Garrett, but taken by Mosley, who seems to be in the right place at the right time tonight. Now we have a loose ball foul. Actually, the shot clock did not change hands, or did not reset after the rebound.
They're asking for a reset, but it's on 34 seconds right now, so
it had to have reset.
Yeah, it had to have reset.
Lomeli has it along the baseline and trying to muscle his way past Garrett. Finally does off of the rebound and puts it up and in. He has a dozen already.
And that right there, those are the plays. That just can't happen. And Coach Morris has his hands behind his head right now as if to say, how can we be letting this thing happen, guys? You got to box out.
Garrett forcing the issue. Gets the and one with the left-handed layup. Nice play by Amir Garrett, and that's forcing the play.
And
Foul.
You see that the foul's going to be called against Rogers. That's going to be his third personal. Both teams in the penalty here with 6:20 remaining in this half. And you talk about forcing the issue. That's something Amir Garrett can do. He's kind of, if there has been a catalyst of this team all season, it's definitely been number 22.
That's right. Takes that no prisoners attitude into this team. And the free throw goes off the mark. So another miss by Leuzinger on the foul shots. 6:10 left to go in the first half. A 4-point ball game. Mustangs lead it. Lomeli hands it off to Drisden. Getting a lot of contributions from other guys on this team, like this young man, Marcus Mosley. Now the ball is taken by Osakwe. Back to Lomeli. Ball fakes Gordon out of the way. Puts it up and blocked out of bounds by DeLon Wright. Says you may get past one guy, but not past me.
Yeah, it's a good help side defense there by the line. You see him come over and swat that out of there. But defensively, Leuzinger has to do a better job of staying in front of guys.
Now coming into the ball game, number 23, Gary Blakes, also back in the ball game. Dominique Odoms for the Mustang. The ball is thrown away, and not an a backcourt violation.
Shot clock violation.
Now a shot clock violation.
There's only 5 seconds left on the shot clock when they inbounded that, and I don't think anybody on Roosevelt was aware. You always got to know time and score. You always got to be aware of those two things, and I don't think anybody from Roosevelt knew.
Boy, what a chess match this is between these two fine coaches. Ramon Neal and Reggie Morris now making substitution for substitution, kind of like a hockey game out there.
And you see Roosevelt switching things up defensively. They played a little bit of man. Now they're going back to that 2-3 zone.
Blake's with it with the ball fake. Now running jumper from the baseline. No, rebound is off to Mosley after it was tipped around. Mosley like a water bug out there. With about 5:20 left to go in the first half. A 4-point Mustang lead. Lomeli going up against Quinn. Takes the baseline jumper, steps back, and Amir Garrett with the rebound. Garrett has the ball tipped away from him from behind, and it'll be 1-1 for Amir Garrett. And that foul was on Terrence Drisden, his first personal.
And you're in the 1-1 right now. You're in the bonus. You got to step up and be able to knock down foul shots. Amir Garrett back at the line for losing. Coming in the game, Taysom Williams, he has 2 fouls, so he has to be careful during this last 5:09 of this half, as Roy Gordon has the seat. But you got to make a count here. You're within 4 for losing, or as bad as it seemed like things have gone, you're still within striking distance.
Garrett, 75% foul shooter, misses. So now 3 out of 8 so far from the line are the Olympians. 5 minutes left to go in the first half. Number 5 has it. Ball forced in and stolen by Chasen Williams. Williams hands the ball off to Quinn. His shot is blocked by Odoms, and the foul on Odoms. So Quinn will try to make things up for it at the line.
And it looked good, looked clean right there. It looked like it was all ball. But obviously the officials saw something that we didn't. Let's take a look at Odoms there. How about these Roosevelt Rooters coming out here tonight? They got their orange and blue shirts on and the face paint going on. They've been arguably just as loud as the Leuzinger fans here tonight.
That's right, they travel very well. They know how to get it done. It's that Big 8. Let's show the replay. You're going to see some body coming here down at the bottom.
And you're absolutely right. There it is. He got him right there on the body, right in the number region right there for Akil Quinn. But he did get a hand on the ball, though, did Odoms, but he got him with that body, and that's the reason the foul was called.
So Quinn makes the shot. He now has 4 points. But the Olympians, if they're going to be handed these free throws, they need to start making them. Down by 3 points now. Ball is thrown out of bounds. Number 9 for Roosevelt. That's another thing, a lot of turnovers for Roosevelt. But it's the unforced error and the missed shots and the missed free throws for the Olympians early on. A little tight here at home.
You got to make, anytime you force a team to turn the ball over, you got to make it count. You know, you got to punish them for the mistakes that they made. Leuzinger hasn't been able to do that much tonight.
Blakes misses the shot, rebound to Lomelli, and Williams trying to be aggressive again. And this time the foul is on Gary Blakes.
That's going to be 1 and 1.
Into the bonus go the Mustangs.
Take a look at Blakes trying to administer the pressure here. Got him with a little bit of the body, and that draws the whistle. And you got this guy, Javier Lomelli.
That's the guy you don't want to send to the line.
At the free throw line, Lomelli on the season, a 60% shooter. We talked about him. He's the leading scorer for this Roosevelt team. He was named Player of the Week by Southern Section Sports that week, that they were able to knock off Corona Centennial. Picked up 2 league wins that week. And he pretty much went toe-to-toe with Dominique Dunning, the star of Corona Centennial, and outplayed him for all intents and purposes.
And that foul that time.
It's going to be on a Sockway. He got away. Well, he didn't get away. He got called for a push.
Is that his third
underneath.
foul?
And for a Sockway, I have him down for 2 here.
Okay. And Amir Garrett will get the double bonus, so that means he'll get 2. Has a chance to get the game within 1 point. There's your pressure right there. After missing 2 in a row, he now has 4 points. So now it's a 1-point ball game, or actually I should say a 2-point ball game. Garrett trying to get it within 1. Now with 5 points. First time that the Olympians have gotten 2 free throws in a row. Zaquan Green's going to be in. Take that back. Reggie Morris says, Tayshaun, you get out there.
Little 8-2 run here in this quarter for Leuzinger. Roosevelt's only put up 2 points here in this quarter. We're about halfway through it.
With 4:30 left to go in the first half. Leuzinger tightening down on defense. Now they need to open up their offense a bit. In the ball game, Austin Hill passes the ball off to Osakwe. He's fouled on the shot. And Tayshaun Burton says, what?
Of course, no one ever agrees, so when they get called for the foul, you take a look at Tay. He got him right there on the elbow. And whenever you hit a shooter on the elbow, it's going to affect the shot somehow. The official's right on top of it. And it's going to be Odoms at the line to shoot. As you see Coach Neal huddling all 4 of his players over there at the bench right now talking to him as Odoms misses the first free throw.
He's a 65% free throw shooter.
Frustrated Coach Reggie Morris right now.
What's
and
that?
with all that's going on, his team is still within 1. And that right there, just the 3rd point for Roosevelt in this quarter. Leuzinger outscoring them 8-3.
So the Olympians can take the lead back this time down, facing that 2-3 zone, coming down to 4 minutes left in the first half.
Gotta move the ball here against the zone.
Gordon trying to get that 3 to go down. No, rebound is taken by Wright. Nicely done. Amir Garrett along the baseline. He's going to take it. He shoots and a block underneath. Amir will get 2 at the line.
That's 3 rebounds for DeLon Wright, all on the offensive end so far here tonight. Sets up this. You see Amir Garrett being able to adjust in the air and foul from behind. I believe they're going to call that foul on Odoms, and if so, that's his 2nd personal. Leuzinger already in the bonus.
Okay.
The double bonus, pardon me.
And that's where Amir made the last 2 shots. Misses that one.
This is the first one. We talk about what a breath of fresh air Amir Garrett has been for this Leuzinger team. He's come in here. We talked about him being the catalyst. Just a superb athlete transferring here from Las Vegas. Also a top pitching prospect.
Can't wait to see the big left-hander on the hill. So now with 6 points, and it's a 1-point ball game again. As Terrence Drisdom goes to the foul, he's tripped up.
They're going to get him for the foul. It's going to be an offensive foul to Terrence Drisdom.
And that's his second.
Talk about Terrence Drisdom, best ball handler on this team, the primary ball handler for Coach Neal. And you look at him, look at his size, 6'3", a point guard at this level, extremely pretty good size, and now to transfer over to the next level as well.
Quinn has it. Olympians can take the lead this time down. Amir Garrett puts the shot up. Count it. He'll go to the line for the and one. And the lead for the Olympians at 22-21.
And this team has just kept plugging away. And the thing I like best about this move with Amir Garrett is that he didn't think about it. He didn't hesitate. He caught the ball right there at the high post, saw a crease, power dribbled, and attacked the basket. And he was determined to get to the hole that time. Gets the bucket, plus the foul. Leuzinger 11-3 now in this quarter. They're outscoring the Mustangs.
So here come the Olympians, the three-point play the old-fashioned way. Down 9 points for Amir Garrett. Ball is brought up quickly by the Mustangs, breaking the full court pressure in the corner, knocked away by Garrett from Jalen Young in the house now for just a sophomore for this Mustang team. There you see him. And here comes Lance.
There is Lance as Akil Quinn will have a seat. Leuzinger got caught in a scramble situation there that time, applying the pressure there in the corner. They're able to get a trap in the corner. You got to be able to locate, though, however.
Going to have Marcus Mosley against Lance Booker. Rebound, stolen off of the inbound pass with 3:05 left to go. Alley-oop! Amir Garrett has it tipped away because he was looking to slam it home and bring this Lou house up to the rafters.
And Coach Morris right now is upset, and I can't blame him. Those things right there, those are run stoppers. Those are things that you can ill afford. Work so hard to get back in this thing, and then you turn over the ball in a situation like that.
The sophomore misses everything but the backboard. Now Lamelli gets it, and he'll go to the line to shoot two.
We take a look at Lamelli and see Lance trying to take the charge right there. Not happening, so Lamelli go to the free throw line. But going back to that last play by DeLine, Coach Morris upset. Those things are run stoppers. You force the turnover, and you come back down on the other side. Hopefully you can capitalize that with 2 points off the turnover, but instead you turn it over going for the spectacular play, and you come back down here making the easy play as Lamelli. He's earned a trip to the free throw line.
That's right. So back in is Akil Quinn. So it's Quinn, Wright, Garrett, Gordon, and Burton out there for the Olympians with 2:56 left to go. Lamelli is pretty much money in the bank from the line.
So we're all tied up here.
Gordon with it. 2:49 left to go in the first half. Here we are in the quarterfinals of the Division 1A CIF Southern Section playoffs. Garrett with a little jumper from inside the lane.
Yeah, Roosevelt got caught that time. They had two guys up high on this left elbow playing the 2-3 zone, and Booker caught it. He was wide open when he caught the ball.
Osakwe wide open. He misses the bunny. Garrett with the rebound. Going to slow things down as there was some traffic there. Looked like the 405 and the 110 in the morning.
And Junior's been all over the place.
Garrett, actually Gordon, now to Quinn. Coming down to 2:10. Gordon for three.
And he didn't rush that time. He caught the ball. He got set. He knew he had time. And here's an unforced error right here by Roosevelt. So you talk about that old momentum and trying to get it back, and now you kind of attained it. You've regained it now. And Coach Neal is going to call a timeout. And he's got to. You got to get a timeout right here if you're coach. On the road, hostile environment, unforced error, and you sense this run coming along. And that's something that Coach Neal talked about. We talked to him before the game. He said, you know, you're not really too concerned about the pressure as long as you can be able to sustain the pressure will be okay, but it's the runs that we can't allow Leuzinger to have. And we know how Leuzinger will go on those runs, those 6-0 runs, 8-0 runs, even more than that. And that's kind of what's happened here.
Speaking of runs, Amir Garrett with 11 points, 10 of them here in the second quarter. And he had a big third quarter, 10 points for Lou House down at Cougar House. 2 minutes and 1 second left to go, and there you see the junior from Las Vegas. Gordon inbounds to Quinn. 5-point lead all of a sudden for Leuzinger. Garrett has it. Gets it out to Burton, and he traveled.
He got big eyes there.
He sure did. He saw that thing wide open.
Wide open lane for Tayshawn. He got big eyes there.
Walks halfway to Prairie Avenue.
And flashing back to the gridiron. He saw the hole and wanted to run right through it.
He was looking for his running back, wanted to pitch it off to somebody. So now with 1:54 left to go, that gives the ball right back. Another unforced error by the Olympians. Gives the Mustangs new life. Ball underneath and blocked by Garrett on the shot by Savoy.
How good has he been in this quarter, huh?
MVP, POG. Gordon for another three. A little long. Rebound is up and is tipped. And look out below. Lamelli gets up off the bottom of that pile as Amir Garrett tried to tip another rebound. He's just been flying out of the rafters. Watch Amir.
I don't know if the referee anticipated that call. A foul's been called, but it looked like Lamelli was taken out by his own teammate. Didn't see much contact there with Amir Garrett. Sometimes the referees anticipate calls, and it looked like that was the case right there. You take another look at it, you see Amir Garrett, he's going for the tip, and maybe there was some contact there, but I'm not sure if that enough to warrant a foul.
Well, Amir gets nailed for his first personal. Akil Quinn back in the ball game. And there you see it.
You see it again. Tough call.
That's not even Lamelli with the ball. Yeah. That was Robert Savoy with the ball. But Lamelli was at the bottom of the pile.
Yeah, Lamelli hit the pile. They must have got a push off underneath. It's the only thing I can think of.
So 28-24, Olympians with the lead, 1:35 left to go in the first half. And again, this crew, a three-man crew from the San Fernando Valley. Good defensive play by Austin Hill to knock the ball away from Amir.
And you talk about adjustments, also adjustment for these officials as well.
Right.
They're not used to working three-man crews. Throughout the duration of the season, it's usually two-man crews, so they're adjusting as well.
Yeah, they got to get their own whistle time in, you know. Colroy with the ball, bounces it to Akil with 1:15 left to go in the half. Akil spins, scoops, scores.
Man, that's too easy. He can pretty much get to the basket anytime he wants, and that's the reason why you see Coach Neal hesitant to go man-to-man. They go man, and that's what happens.
That's what the Olympians want. Now Drisdom with the ball, slowing it down under a minute to go. A 6-point Leuzinger lead. Drisdom passes it over to Tyson, gets it back. Coming down to 15 on the shot clock, 45 on the game clock. Drisdom trying to get around Akil, inching his way in, passes it off to Savoy. It goes out of bounds. An unforced error by the Mustangs, and that's number 12 of the turnover department.
Yeah, that's good D there by Akil Quinn. And Drisdom got caught there. You never want to jump in the air to make a decision. That time he did that, didn't really have nowhere to go, and so he threw it outside.
40 seconds left to go in the first half. A 6-point Leuzinger lead in the Division 1A quarterfinals of CIF Southern Section playoffs. Every game, the hair goes up a little higher on the back of everybody's neck. Excitement here at Lou House, a big crowd from Roosevelt playing for the last play of at least the shot clock, now below 9 seconds. Here comes DeLon Wright going in, and the basket counts, and one for DeLon Wright. 32-24.
I mean, we've seen this young man grow and grow and grow throughout the duration of his career. You take a look at this move right here, able to adjust mid-air. His freshman year, his sophomore year, he was reading something that they labeled him as gawky, kind of unorthodox, uncoordinated, but he's really grown into his body. It's really become a better basketball player under the tutelage of Coach Morris here at Leuzinger.
Now he has a chance for the and one. I believe the foul was on Dominique Odoms. If it is, that's number 4. Not sure, though. But now the and one is complete.
Just like that, it's a 9-point lead and a turnover. So you got 7 6/10 of a second to get off the last shot of this half here.
And Akil Quinn comes back in and his three-point prowess.
Akil Quinn, not only that, his ability to create off the bounce as well. No pressure here on the ball, so Leuzinger could essentially roll the ball up
Just have
and kill some time.
Just have some cold-blooded shooters on this team, and there's one of them. Gordon misses, rebound is off, and here comes the Mustangs, but they can't get it up at the buzzer at the end of the half. But it was a successful one for the Leuzinger Olympians as they only give up 6 points to the Mustangs and outscore them 33-24 going into the locker room.
Yeah, you talk about a 22-6 quarter in favor of Leuzinger as they lead this one by now going into halftime. And just a terrific quarter, a great answer considering what happened in that first quarter and what happened in the second quarter. A great answer from Coach Reggie Morris and his bunch.
We will have the unofficial stats and the third quarter action when we come back. Thank you for joining us as you are watching the Division 1A quarterfinals of the CIF Southern Section playoffs on Channel 22 Sports. Just before the start of the second half, I want to tell you that the Roosevelt Mustangs were led by Javier Lamelli with 13 points. 3 points for Marcus Mosley, 4 points for Terrence Drisdom, who averages 17 and a half, and Brandon Rogers with 1, and 3 points for Dominique Odoms. And for the Leuzinger Olympians, Amir Garrett led the way in that big second quarter with 11 points, 10 of them in the quarter. DeLon Wright with 6, Akil Quinn with 6, Colroy Gordon with 6, and 2 3-pointers, and 2 points for Tayshawn Burton, and 2 for Chasen Williams for a total of 33 points. How's the foul trouble and the rebounds looking?
Hey, take a look at the foul trouble for Roosevelt. Rogers, Osaki, and Odoms all have 3 fouls, so that's going to be something to look out for. No serious foul trouble for Leuzinger. Quinn and Williams have 2 apiece. Javier Lomelli leading Roosevelt with 4 rebounds. 3 of those, however, coming on the offensive end. Amir Garrett has 4 rebounds in the first half for Leuzinger.
So he's leading the way here, and we're getting the thumbs up from Levon Zakarian, the official here, the referee, 1 of 3, along with Owen Healy and Ed Kirkorian. And we're underway in the third quarter. Leuzinger with the ball and the lead, a 9-point lead. Garrett from just inside the free throw line. Rebound offensively by Williams. That won't go down. Rebound is off, and Drisdom has it. And back come the Mustangs. And let's see a 3-point shot here off the mark by Osakwe. And the rebound goes to Garrett again, and a travel as he was forced off the mark by a good pressing defensive Mustang team in Austin Hill.
Not the way you want to start the half if you're Leuzinger.
Now you see Reggie Morris. What do you think he told his team, or did you have a chance to talk to him?
Didn't get a chance to talk to him at the half, but I'm sure he was impressed with the composure. His team just settled in that second quarter. No longer overwhelmed by the situation or the game or the unfamiliar circumstances where Roosevelt was throwing at him. They just decided to play their game.
Austin Hill has the ball stolen away by Amir Garrett, and a timeout.
What a play by Amir Garrett. It seems like we've been saying that all night. He gets in there, gets his hand on the ball, gets the deflection. That results in a steal. He's falling down, so he gets the timeout called. Just an incredible play by Amir Garrett. And you see, he's done everything tonight for this Leuzinger team. You see the hustle plays, you see the scoring, you see the rebounding, you see the block shots. He's really just lifted this team, especially in that second quarter. He's kind of lifted this team on his shoulders, and it's been the example for them to follow.
He's been the driving force, literally driving into the teeth of this Mustang defense. And that's gotten him to the free throw line. and also to the bucket. Now you see Akil Quinn. He has 6 quiet points tonight, but has been doing a good job defensively as well.
Yeah, he has. And it's a tough matchup for him. Quinn at 6'4", guarding Mosley, who's just 5'5" when he comes into the game.
Seems to be having better luck against Terrence Drisdom. Skipped across to Gordon. This is going to be wide right. Rebound is off and out of bounds. It'll be Mustang ball. And you'd think that Reggie would want a little more rotation.
Yeah, you want to move the ball a little bit more against the zone. You're starting to see a new trend with teams kind of attacking the gaps of the zone as opposed to just the ball movement, at least at the collegiate level.
Gordon still trying to find his game in the playoffs after having a terrific Bay League. Drisdom bouncing it over, shot taken and buried from long range by Brandon Rogers. Boy, did they miss him.
Yeah, good shot, hand in his face, and Rogers still able to knock down the shot.
Gordon with the ball again. Now to Garrett. Garrett at the top of the key, going against Isakwe. One bounce dribble by Gordon, now down inside to Jason Williams, and is blocked and stolen by the Mustangs. Into the corner to Lomelli, being guarded by Garrett on the mismatch. Rebound is off and put up and in, and that was by Austin Hill, his first bucket of the game, and back come the Mustangs.
Austin Hill on a weak side rebound.
Down by 4 points. So the Olympians have had their chances, haven't scored here in the first 3 chances they've had the ball in the third quarter. 5:50 left to go in the third quarter, a 4-point Leuzinger lead.
Yeah, ball sticking right now. You got to move the ball. You got to have some ball movement against the zone.
Quinn off the mark, rebound, tracked down by the Mustangs. So that's 4 times.
If you're Roosevelt, that's exactly what you want at that time against the zone, and Rogers stop and pop.
Rebound is off to Gordon, pushes it up, 2-on-2. Gordon with a reverse layup, no. And a whistle on the play. A 2-shot foul. Javier Lomelli with the foul, that's number 2 on him, and the first team foul. So Colroy Gordon trying to get it done at the line, trying to get it done anywhere, as he has 6 points tonight. Gets the sweet roll with 7 points. Brings it back to a 5-point lead. And Akil Quinn knows that once he gets to the line too, the Olympians have to start making their free throws. So 8 points for Colroy and a 6-point lead. Tayshawn Burton comes in for Gordon. And what a 6th man he has been, almost Lamar Odom-like for the Olympians.
Yeah, he's been tremendous.
Drisdom on the drive, that won't go down. Rebound is off to Quinn. And back come the Olympians to Garrett. Garrett against Rogers. Passes it off and it goes out of bounds after a tip. Should be Mustang ball.
And early going here, looks like teams are flip-flopping quarters. And you kind of saw this was the trend in the first quarter. Leuzinger kind of settling in that second quarter. Now we're getting back here in the third quarter to similarly to what we saw in that opening period.
Little bit disjointed. We're going to have to see who's the better conditioned team in this one. And the rebound is off of the long 3 by Lomelli to Garrett. Facing full court pressure, his buddy Akil Quinn breaks it. Williams with a long 2.
Nice shot. A mid-range game right there.
And now for Williams, that's his 4th point of the game. But again, foul trouble has kept him on the bench, and now Drisdom is fouled on the drive by Amir Garrett. That's his 2nd personal, and the first team foul.
Drisdom only averaging about 4 assists per game on the year, but you see his mentality. He's a guy that likes to attack. He likes to get inside the lane, and this team was hard pressed, missed him for about a month, and you see the effect he has on this team. Their primary ball handler, but he was out with severe ankle injury. They definitely missed him, but they were still able to play without him.
Garrett out of the ball game, and Jaquan Green guarding Drisdom now in for Reggie Morris. And the ball is stolen by Williams, and we have an over and back ball because the ball did not change the possession, a backcourt violation.
Yeah, and Rogers, I don't think Rogers was aware of where he was on the floor when he was able to get possession of the basketball. He looks at the referee a little bit surprised that time, but Lou, you're definitely right, all on top of it right there.
And out of the ball game is Rogers. In is Dominique Odoms. Odoms with 3 fouls. And Mosley also back in the game for Ramon Neal and the Mustangs. With 4 minutes left to go, halfway gone in the third quarter. And an 8-point Leuzinger lead. Tayshaun Burton wants to drive down, does with the left hand, a little bit too long, and Drisden with the rebound. Has the pass tipped away and stolen again by Akil Quinn. That's 16 turnovers by the Mustangs. Wright has it, back to Quinn. Quinn, locked down by Drisden with 3:35 left to go in the third quarter. Trying to figure out a way to crack this boa constrictor defense.
You see Roosevelt switching up the defenses now. It looks like they're back in a man-to-man, but they're sagging off. It's almost a zone look. They're not denying outside the 3.
Jaquan Green breaks it with a little bunny pass from about 6 feet away, and that's his first bucket of the game. And a little run being put up here by the Olympians. A 10-point ball game. That's their biggest lead of the game. Mosley with it. Did have a momentary wide open 3. Being guarded by Jaquan Green. Drisden against Wright. Now down low to Lamelli on the mismatch with Williams. Bumps off of Williams. His shot goes awry. Jaquan Green with a rebound. And he's just trying to figure out a way to get out of it. Gets it to Wright. Spins around Mosley and gets to get out of trouble. Now over to Burton. Nice passing by the Olympians to Green. That shot goes off the mark. Rebound is put up and in by DeLon Wright. And a timeout. A full timeout by the Roosevelt Mustangs. Off of the turnover, they get the bucket.
And it just seems like whenever you need a basket or an offensive rebound or putback, DeLon Wright is always there. We talked about him and that long wingspan of his. People talk about him being a great defender. Well, part of the reason why he's able to be such a good defender is those long arms that he has. And it also helps him on the boards. We've seen it, time and time again on the offensive board. He was able to capitalize, just like right there.
They see Ramon Neal talking to his Mustangs, trying to get them corralled and back on the track. But now they're down by 11. And getting back to DeLon Wright, you wouldn't think he has that strength, but boy, he is showing some strength back there. And underneath the basket, you know that Amir Garrett and Tayshaun Burton can get it done underneath, but DeLon is showing some strength. Yeah,
he's showing some strength, and I think more than that, he's showing his length and he's showing his athleticism. Talking to Coach Morris about it a little bit, that's something that he would like DeLon to work a little bit more on is his strength. But you're seeing him being able to use his body underneath down low and use that great length of his to his advantage.
So since the opening 5 points by the Mustangs, Leuzinger has ripped off an 8-0 run.
And a nice 8-0 run right here. Right now, if you're Roosevelt, you just want to settle in. The main thing you want to do, obviously, no turnovers, getting the ball into the front court. You want to get into your set and get a good possession. They got what they wanted their last time down. Lamelli not able to capitalize, though. They feel like they have a mismatch with Lamelli and Jason Williams down low.
Mosley loses the dribble, picks it back up at center court. Pass is knocked away by Amir Garrett to Drisden.
What Roosevelt is doing, they're running a 4-out motion. I mean, they've got 4 guys around the perimeter, and the 1 guy down low is Lamelli. The guy that's going to be down low is whoever they feel like they have a mismatch with. In this case, it's Lamelli. He's going box to box.
Drisden gets the inbound on the mismatch now with Amir Garrett, but boy, he's so quick. He knocked out that pass like a bolt of lightning. Mosley passes it off down underneath and gets it back out around to Drisden again.
And there's Lamelli on the box right there. Can't give it to him.
3 seconds on the shot clock. Drisden goes up. Bad miss. And Williams with the rebound off to Quinn. Wanted to get that pass back and throws it away. Lamelli has the ball stripped and stolen again. And now DeLon Wright is tripped up. And that was on Lamelli, I do believe.
And if that's Lamelli, that's going to be personal foul number 4. So 1:38 to play here in this third quarter. Your best player is going to have to sit because of foul trouble.
And he has 13 points, none here in the third quarter. A minute 38 left to go in the third quarter. Rogers out of the ball game, and in is Osakwe. Austin Hill in the ball game for Lomeli. Akil Quinn, Colroy Gordon, Amir Garrett, Jason Williams, and DeLon Wright. The starting five in for Reggie Morris with a minute 25 left to go and a 4-second difference in the shot clock. Garrett with a long two. That's short. Rebound is tipped around to Williams. Williams, fallback jumper. No. Rebound is tipped up and in by Akil Quinn. Right pace, right time for Akil.
How about that? Battling, hanging in there against the zone. They're creating second and third opportunities for themselves, are the Olympians.
Mosley trying to go up against Quinn. Now it's picked up on the double team. Osakwe looked like he walked, takes a shot, and comes out to Wright.
And that's that lip again, Lou, that we were talking about.
Gordon misses the easy layup on the bunny along the baseline. Out of bounds, it will be Roosevelt ball.
And Coach Morris is upset right now for good reason. He felt like Roy got attacked on his way up to the basket. No call. And obviously, I'm sure he probably thinks Roy should have made the basket regardless. But there was contact there, no whistle. And frustrating for a coach. You feel like it's 6 eyes out there. Somebody had to make it. Now here's a stunt now by the Olympians.
And they break it. Mosley's a smart player and a travel. They force that on the double team by Osakwe. And another turnover. Leuzinger will get the ball.
And that's what Coach Neal talking about sustaining the pressure. And now Osakwe was the one that committed the turnover. He wasn't the guy that was trapped. But because of the urgency defensively by Leuzinger, that ended up forcing that turnover right there.
They are just lightning fast right now against the Mustangs on defense. Now they're slowing it down. Shot clock dark. 20 seconds left to go. And now Reggie Morris is chewing the fat on the far sideline with Ed Krikorian talking about, I'm sure, the play against Colroy Gordon.
With 10 seconds, now you're going to look to attack right now.
Quinn trying to get some movement. DeLon Wright with 5 seconds. Shoots a long two. No, rebound is off. Off of Williams. Nope. They say it is off of a Mustang hoof.
They got one to shoot here. It's going to be a catch and shoot situation. May be able to get one dribble.
Garrett off the rebound, off the inbound pass, up and in at the buzzer. Amir Garrett, his only bucket of the third quarter, is a huge one. A 14-point lead. There it is.
How about that? Off the inbound play, you just throw it up for your best player, let him go up and get it. And as athletic as he is, he's able to catch and shoot while all in the air, all in one motion to beat the clock.
All right, we'll take a quick timeout. Now let's keep it right here. What do you say we keep it right here? Let's watch the replay here of Garrett making.
You see the inbound play, Garrett right in the middle of the paint, and that's something that this Leuzinger team works on. A lot of teams often have an out-of-bounds, baseline out-of-bounds play where you kind of throw a lob in there, and that play was no different right there, and it's able to work for them here at the end of this third quarter. 45-29. You take a look at Coach Neal talking to his team right now. It's going to be an uphill climb here on the road, trailing at 45-29.
A 12-5 quarter for Leuzinger, and it was a 12-0 run put up by the Olympians after giving up those 5 points.
It didn't look that way to start. We were talking about how this third quarter was beginning, how the first quarter ended for Leuzinger, but they were able to patch things up and went on that little run to end the quarter. And these are the runs that are so scary if you're the opposing coach.
That's right. All of a sudden, blammo, it's a 14-point Olympian lead, a quiet 14-point lead. And it's the last quarter of the Division 1A quarterfinals of the CIF Southern Section playoffs. Rogers is trapped along the baseline in the corner. Ball is tipped away, and 18 seconds left on the shot clock. Lockdown defense of their own by Garrett and Wright.
Yeah, good D there. DeLon Wright using his length.
Drisden against Gordon. Nice spin move. Scoop shot, and a foul from way back by the bench. And Akil Quinn's going to get nailed for his third personal, and just the second team foul.
And Drisden is a guy, you want to say 90% of the time, is looking to put the ball down on the ground and get to the basket. And that time he's able to draw the foul.
Austin Hill back in the ball game, as well as Dominique Odoms and Troy Tyson, also Marcus Mosley for Roosevelt, as Drisden makes both of those, and those are the first points since the first quarter for Drisden, who averages almost 18 points a game. Garrett does it again.
Yeah, but did you see the tip there, though, by DeLon Wright? It was a loose ball, and DeLon just simply lose that long arm of his to tip it to Amir Garrett, and he's able to finish.
Drisden trying to do it all himself. Rebound is tipped to Williams. 3-on-0, 4-on-0. Here comes DeLon Wright with a slam dunk and a beautiful assist by Amir Garrett.
How about that, huh? DeLon Wright hooked up Amir Garrett on the previous possession. Amir says, I owe you one, flips it, and DeLon with the two-hand smash.
And that brings the house to its feet. Lou House, that is. Drisden, actually that's Aaron Hill, has his shot blocked away on the rebound. And Leuzinger, with 6:42 left to go in this ball game, are tightening down.
And I like this right here. No need to rush things. Slow it down. Let's run a set. I'm sure that's not the shot they wanted, however.
And Williams, a whistle. And quickly, here's a foul on Gordon, but here's the pass. Flipped it back. Bam.
You see the explosiveness by DeLon Wright, able to put that home with two hands on the flush.
So Gordon commits the foul, and that's his second personal, third team foul. Out of the ball game is Chasen Williams. And Lomelli with the ball at the elbow. Shot forced. Austin Hill's shot won't go down. He gets his own rebound. Comes up with the shot and puts it in. Nicely done by Austin Hill. He only has 4 points, though.
Yeah, it's a guy we haven't talked about much tonight. One of the top wide receivers in this state, headed to the University of Arizona to play wide receiver next year.
Going to Bob Stoops country. And now the ball is stolen away by Drisden, and back comes the Mustangs. Nicely done on the pass, but the layup was blown by Savoy. Hill with the rebound to Drisden. With the finish, his first field goal since the first quarter.
And not going to go away quietly, are these Mustangs.
Mustangs are kicking their heels up now. Tayshawn with the pass to Jaquan Green. Gets trapped underneath. Needs some help. Passes it out. And now DeLon Wright with it. 5:20 left to go in the ball game. 49-35. Leuzinger with the lead. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Garrett rolls in and gets his own. Nope. The rebound is put up and in by DeLon. He has a dozen.
Weak side tip in by DeLon Wright.
Nice pass underneath to Romelli. He tips it up and in. Timeout called by Ramon Neal and the Roosevelt Mustangs with 5:04 left to go in the fourth quarter.
It's a good timeout right here. Most people would say, why would you want to call a timeout? 5:04 remaining, and your team down by 14. And so much time left in this ball game. But obviously, Coach Neal needs to speed up the tempo here a little bit, but doesn't want this thing to get in the track meet. But more importantly, he wants to set up his defense here.
So a 14-point lead for the Olympians as there's Ramon Neal pleading with his Mustangs. And like you said, they're not going to give up lightly, not go quietly into the night, as they are 3-5 on the road, 20-10 overall. And the number 11 seed, surprisingly, here in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, but this is a team that we talked about it. This is a team that's definitely capable, and Coach Morris talked about it as well when I spoke to him before the game. Every team, once you get to this point of the season, every team is capable.
That's
and
right.
There are no surprises once you get down to quarterfinal play. We talked about their upset of Centennial, and they did that without Drisden. And that's during that stretch when Drisden missed all that time. So this team is definitely capable. They have the players to do so.
Leuzinger has had their own battles with injuries, including DeLon Wright and Keel Quinn. Chasen Williams breaks the full court pressure. Chasen down underneath, and a foul underneath. I believe that was on Austin Hill. That would be his first personal, third team foul.
It's a little simple push in the back there by Austin Hill.
So DeLon Wright will inbound it with 4:53 left to go in the ball game. Quinn underneath to Wright. One senior to another, 14 points for DeLon, and he's vying now for our POG. Drisdom was held to 0 points. Actually, 4 in the second quarter, only 4 in the first quarter, as the ball is rolled up and in. I believe that was by Troy Tyson for his first bucket of the game. 14-point lead again for Leuzinger. Skipped over to Keel, down underneath to Chasen. And the ball is blocked away nicely by Javier Lomelli. As Chasen Williams saw all of that room between him and the basket.
Yeah, he had some time, but he didn't have that much time as Lomelli comes over to eject the basketball away.
4:12 left to go. Akil Quinn has it, rolls in from the elbow. Nice shot by Akil Quinn. Back come the Mustangs with 4 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. Lomelli, shot is short, rebound is tipped around, taken away by Akil Quinn. And Leuzinger in no hurry to bring it up court.
I like the fact Akil Quinn being assertive out there, calling for the ball, one of the primary ball handlers on this Olympian team. And it's a guy that last year we saw him play, but he was trying to get into the mix all season, coming off that leg injury. His sophomore season, his career has been riddled by injuries, but you see him healthy, and you see what he can do as a healthy player.
And also a hand injury at the beginning of the season. Gordon drives the lane, puts it up, and can't get it to roll in. Rebound is a jump ball. Possession arrow faces the Olympians. And Gordon, after his first 2 3-pointers in the first half, can't buy a bucket.
Yeah, they call it jump ball, but it looked like it was Quinn and Chasen Williams that each had.
Woo! As Amir Garrett hit the rebound, that wouldn't go in. Chasen Williams had 2 shots at it. And DeLon Wright brings it out. A long 3 by Wright won't go down, and back comes Austin Hill. Hill has the ball taken away by the Olympians, and DeLon Wright over to Gordon. Ball fakes, now goes down the lane, and no. Rebound is off, taken by Quinn. He puts it up and in. Let's hope everybody's okay below. 57-39, an 18-point lead. Ball whipped under to Lomelli, puts it up and around Amir Garrett, who didn't want to get that foul. 17 for Lomelli. .240 left to go in this ball game. 57-41, Leuzinger with the lead. And a foul was called on Austin Hill, just kind of leaning on him. Kind of leaning on DeLon Wright.
Yeah. And a little bit of a lean, a little bit of a partial bear hug there that time. 2.5 to play here. Leuzinger leading by 16.
Ball down to Garrett on the inbound, puts it up, and he's fouled. Going up aggressively. Might have gotten a forearm or an elbow up there.
And that's tough. You're Amir Garrett, or pardon me, if you're Marcus Mosley, 5'5", and 6'6" Amir Garrett is posting up against you. Coach, what do you want me to do? How do you want me to stop that?
A full timeout taken. And with 2:33 left to go in the ball game. Leuzinger looking to advance. The winner of this game gets number 2 Loyola or number 7 Mission Viejo in the semis.
And not going to be easy at all. You look at Mission Viejo and Loyola, those schools, seems like every postseason they play, they've met in the playoffs the last couple of years. They're meeting out here in the playoffs here in basketball. But this Loyola team is a team that many thought should have been the number 1 seed in this division, in Division 1A. But kind of got slighted as a number 2, but this is a team that is very, very good. 5 starters that are Division 1 basketball players, the players that will play at the next level. So definitely a tough team for anyone to deal with, and I'm sure Mission Viejo has their hands full tonight.
And the Compañeros versus the Cubbies. And actually, not the Compañeros, the Diablos.
The Diablos.
The Compañeros, that's a 4-H club down there.
Not familiar with that. You're just a cornucopia of information, Lee Stowers.
It comes with age. Amir Garrett to the line with 15 points to lead the Olympians. All scores. Lamelli with 17.
And definitely impressed with the play of Amir Garrett tonight. But when things were just going down here for Leuzinger in that first quarter, someone needs to step up. Someone needs to step up and take take the ball and make plays. And Amir Garrett definitely did that tonight.
DeLon Wright's almost put in the rebound, but it's taken away by Austin Hill. Rogers for three, a little bit long. Rebound taken to Mosley, whips it underneath to Dresden. And the shot is blocked and rejected by Wright. But Dresden will go to the line to get two.
How about the play of DeLon Wright? If you take a look at a block shot under here, they're going to get him with the body as Dresden goes to the free throw line. But I have him down for 8 rebounds in this game. 7 of those, Lee. 7 on the offensive end.
Wow.
I mean, he's getting down there, and he's working offensively, crashing offensive boards, getting putbacks, trying to keep the ball alive for his team. And that's how you get extra possessions.
So Dresden misses the second one, and he has 7 points. And the ball is stolen away by Dresden off of the bad pass. Ball is knocked away again by Amir Garrett. Look out. He puts the ball up, and look out below. And I think Amir might have done a little extra roll job on Dresden to try to break his fall here.
And obviously, that has to be intentional, but Dresden just grabs him by the shoulders.
It is.
And he falls right on top of Dresden. And that thing could have got ugly. Dangerous play as well. And usually, you understand the intent there for the intentional foul. Usually want to grab a guy around his arms. Don't really want to pull him down like that, similar like a horse collar or tackle in football.
So Amir now with 17 points.
Unfazed, knocking down the free throw of Amir Garrett.
And now a 59-42 lead. Now it's back to 18. And now the Olympians will get the ball back with 2:05 left to go. 18 points as Amir Garrett is now the leading scorer in the ball game. Ball inbounded to guess who? He now has 20 points.
9 rebounds as well.
So it's going to be a tough selection for the POG. A long three taken by Tyson. Will go down. Rebound is off to Garrett. Garrett wanting to finish it himself with a big slam, but he is fouled and goes down hard. And Robert Savoy with the foul. Amir Garrett says, yeah, I'm okay. You better check the door to see if that's okay.
How about that? 20-point lead? Yeah, this game ain't over yet. There's still a lot to play for. Amir Garrett rising above the competition there, trying to throw down one with one hand. And you like that, attacking the basket aggressively. You know, most guys would have went in there and tried to lay it up, but he said no.
Not Amir.
No, sir. Couple defenders there, I'm gonna rise, and you see if you can come up with me.
So we're gonna bridle you, we're gonna saddle break you, and send you back to Corona. 21 points for Amir Garrett. And it's now a 21-point lead.
If Coach Neal, you look at this game, you're going to be wondering to yourself on that bus ride home, where and how did this thing go wrong? You just take a look at those middle quarters. Well, it was 6 points in the second, 5 in the third. It's going to be tough to beat a team like that when you have outputs like that.
And a full timeout taken by Reggie Morris and the Leuzinger Olympians with 1:45 left to go, and the faces are getting a little long over there on the Roosevelt sideline.
Yeah, you take a look at Lomelli right there. Listening to coach trying to take in the information, but a 6'4" senior guard kind of an unorthodox player, according to his coach. Not really a 3, not really a 4. A guy that just produces. And you can see his prep career coming to an end here tonight at Leuzinger. But we mentioned it earlier. First time in school history, the basketball team has made it to the quarterfinals. So definitely something to build upon if you're Coach Neal and this Roosevelt basketball program.
A lot of hard-charging Mustangs as they will say goodbye to Terrence Drisdom, Javier Lamelli, and Austin Hill. He said he's on his way to Arizona, but to change his hooves in for Wildcat paws. And it's going to be a good team. Lots of young people coming up, lots of juniors and some sophomores here getting some terrific experience.
Brandon Rogers, just a sophomore, also plays quarterback in football, so a lot to build on if you're Roosevelt.
In the ball game now is Brandon Zuidma, and the ball is taken away by Akil Quinn. Starters still in for Reggie Morris with 1:27 left to go in the ball game, and now he's going to raise the white flag next whistle.
You look at Akil Quinn, he's had a smile on his face, a guy that really looks like he enjoys playing the game, and you can appreciate that. Talked about his hardships, but no one had a better offseason, in my opinion, than Akil Quinn. Every time you looked up, the scouts and bloggers were raving. Oh, how about that pass?
Nice assist by DeLon Wright to Chasen Williams, who has 6 points. Lamelli tries to get the shot to go down, gets his own rebound, brings it out, now back in. And one for Javier Lamelli in his last peak in a Roosevelt uniform.
Going back to that last thought about Akil Quinn, tournament after tournament during the summer, he just continued to impress. You take a look at Lamelli underneath as wholesale substitutions come in for both teams, but Santa Clara kind of got on the bandwagon for Akil Quinn. He started to garner more, interest from the next level. And this is a guy, the skill has been there. The talent has been there. He's just had to battle those injuries throughout his career. And kind of a slow season last year. Was kind of just trying to get back in basketball shape, but he's finally got his legs underneath him. He's ready to go.
7-0 run put up and just broken by Javier Lamelli with that three-point play. He now has 20 points. So now to Sean Burton and Howard Robinson, Lance Booker, Gary Blakes, who is fouled, also Marshawn McMahon. Jalen Young, the youngster, a 6-foot sophomore with his first personal foul. And going to the line, hopefully to get in the scorebook. Jerry Blakes, 6 out of 10 from the free throw line this year. 47 seconds left to go. And now a 22-point lead for Leuzinger. So Gary Blakes is in the books. And makes the second one. And he's part of the future of this Olympian team. Yeah. Under 40 seconds left to go. A three-point shot clanks off the backboard by Jerry Balamos, a 5'6" junior. And in the ball game now, a 6'6" junior, Shannon Fowler for the Mustangs. There's part of your future. He looks bigger than 6'6". Look out. Candy Van Hook gets smacked, and she looks at Gary Blakes by the ball. She should be watching for the ball, too. She's the head of the spirit squad here.
It's not Gary's fault.
She was staring down the wrong dude.
Yeah, Gary almost got his head taken off there. You know, look out. I'd stay right between those lines if I was him.
That's it. 30 seconds left to go in this one. 68-45. Blakes takes a long three, in and out. Rebound is off and taken by Sean Joseph in the ball game for the Mustangs. Down to 15 seconds. Shannon Fowler puts it up, misses the rebound. Burton gets the rebound. And you can deposit the back of this scorecard and deposit it in the win column. With 3 seconds left to go, the Leuzinger Olympians are going to advance to the Division 1A CIF Southern Section Finals, actually the semifinals, with a big 68-45 win over the Roosevelt Mustangs. And what a big game it was for the Leuzinger Olympians, and they advance once more to the semifinals. 68-45. A 23-point quarter for the Olympians. And a 14-point quarter for the Mustangs. And we will be back with the totals and our postgame show right after this. Leuzinger advances over Roosevelt on Channel 22 Sports. And Leuzinger Olympians, the number 3 seed, eliminate the number 11 seed Roosevelt Mustangs, 68-45 to advance to the semifinals of the CIF Southern Section Playoffs in Division 1A. Let's now go to Rashawn Haylock with a special guest.
Hey, thanks a lot, Lou. Kind of hard to hear you. It's a party here tonight at Leuzinger as they're back in the semifinals. I'm here with one of the stars of the quarterfinal win tonight, Amir Garrett. Amir, what happened in that second quarter? Was it something that Coach said, or was it something that was on your own that you decided to just kind of take over this game?
Well, I knew that I had to come in the second quarter because I was like lacking a little bit in the first quarter. So Coach just told me, he was like, Amir, you got to come out, rebound, score, and we'll win this game. So I came out, and I took what he said into mine, and I know I had to go hard, so I went out there and I did it.
How would you talk about just the overall adjustment of this team? At first quarter, looked kind of bleak, but in the second and third quarter, you held them to 11 points total. What did you do defensively?
Man, we rotated more. We set better traps. The way he played in the first quarter is not how we play at all, so we just had to come out and play regular Leuzinger defense, and that was trapping the ball everywhere, switching screens and everything, just playing tight D.
And you weren't here last season. This team made it all the way to the finals and into the state playoffs. Back in the semifinals this year, as a newcomer, how does it feel for you, and what were some of your expectations heading into this season?
Man, it feels good. We got a lot to live up to. We gotta just get back there. We're looking to get back to the pond.
Hey, congratulations, good win tonight. That's Amir Garrett, one of the stars tonight. Lou, I'm gonna try to get some more guys, but for now, we'll send it back over to you.
Oh, I'm sure by the time you're done, Rashawn, you'll have half the players there. Okay, the Leuzinger Olympians defeat the Roosevelt Mustangs, the number 11 seed, 68-45 in a terrific ball game as the Leuzinger Olympians have been overcoming adversity as far as lockdown defensive teams, and they did it with 22 points from Amir Garrett, and he had 10 points in the second quarter. And let's go over the scoring if we can, and we'll get also the rebound totals for you in just a moment. But first of all, before we do all of that and crunch the numbers, why don't we go back to Rashawn Haylock with Coach Reggie Morris.
Hey, thanks a lot. I'm over here with Coach Reggie Morris. Coach, first of all, congratulations on the win. Second, in the break between the first quarter and the second quarter, what did you tell your team?
We just had to get back to basics. We were trying to trap like we usually do, and we were losing our men, so we decided to just go base man-to-man, full court, stay with your guy, and force them to score a basket. I thought we did a good job with that.
Now, how about the play of Amir Garrett? It seemed like that second quarter, he just kind of put you guys on his shoulders and was determined to get you back in this game.
Like he's done all season, he's come through in big times. I didn't think he was by himself. I thought this was a team effort. I thought everybody chipped in. I thought Akil and Chasen played well with foul trouble. I thought Roy played well. I thought the line had a really good second half.
And also on the boards, the backboards, to me, you guys attacked the offensive glass very well. Was that part of the game plan?
That's part of our game plan every game. We try to take advantage, and that's one of the things that we do very well is that we just go after the ball. I mean, you can always control how hard you play, so that was what we had to do. And offensive rebounding is all effort, so I thought we did a good job at that too.
You and I constantly talk about Akil and how he's kind of been riddled with injuries. It looks like he's just having fun, enjoying playing the game. Talk about a little bit about that as well as his performance tonight.
Akil is the glue to the team. When he's out of the game, it looks totally different. I mean, he's been here the longest. He's played varsity for 4 years. So now that he's healthy and he's able to do all the things that he knows he can do, he's able to put guys in spots and to kind of dictate the tempo, and he knows what I want out there. So he's having a good time, and he's doing a good job at it.
And last thing for you, your thoughts just on being back in the semifinals?
I'm happy about being in the semifinals. It puts us closer to our goal. We got 2 games to go, one at a time. We want to kind of make amends for what we weren't able to do last year.
And congratulations again, Coach. As Coach Reggie Morris, Leuzinger, a big 23-point win over Roosevelt here tonight. Lou, send it back over to you.
All right, thank you very much, Rashawn Haylock, and maybe get another guest, maybe not. Keel Quinn was over here and congratulating us, and we were congratulating him. And Keel Quinn ends up with he ended up with 12 points and 2 rebounds. Why don't we go over the scoring right now? And actually, no, we're not going to do the scoring right now. We're going to go back to Rashawn with a special guest.
And thanks, Lou. I'm over here with Keel Quinn. You know, Coach and I were just talking about you. It just looks like you're having fun playing the game. Is that true?
Yeah, it is. Coming in during the summer, I was ready to play. I was ready to go. And I was just telling everybody it's about to be a fun year, and we're going to make it back to the CIF.
Talk a little bit about that summer, because I was reading your name everywhere. Your name just kept popping up, and you were just killing in this tournament, killing in that tournament. How do you think that prepared you for this season?
Man, I was working out with Justin Cobbs, Russell Westbrook, and they was really pushing me during the summer, trying to tell me to do better and better. So I just took that on and did good.
Let's talk about tonight. You got a 5'5" point guard. You're kind of trying to chase around. How fun was that for you? And how much of a challenge did you take that on as yourself?
Yeah, you know, colleges, they said they want to see me like guard the little short guards, because that's what I want to play in college. So I just took that on as a challenge and wanted to do good on them.
And you guys are back in the semifinals. How does it feel?
We feel real good, man. This is what we've been playing for all year.
Last game here at the Lou House.
Man, it's great. It's great. I love everybody.
Hey, congratulations on the win. That's Keel Quinn. Big performance here tonight. Leuzinger back in the semifinals. We're trying to grab one more guy, Lou. And
yeah, I'm sure you will, Rashawn. And don't forget, maybe Anthony, the bus driver, might want to say something too. But I tell you what, the next game for Leuzinger Olympian is going to be on Friday nights, and we don't know where it's going to be. Usually it's at a neutral site, so just keep checking with the local listings and also with the websites. And also we will try to be there as well. Hopefully we'll be there. And why don't we go over the scoring now? We'll see if Rashawn has somebody yet. Nope. So why don't we sneak in some scoring? And let's go for the Roosevelt Mustangs, who also say goodbye to some of their seniors as well. And they were the 11th seed here. And not a big surprise that they advanced this far, because they are in the tough Big 8 league, with Corona Centennial being the #1 team in that league. Ended up 10-4 in that league. Troy Tyson had 2 points for the Mustangs and 3 points for Marcus Mosley, who they were talking about Keel Quinn having to guard him. 7 points for Terrence Dresden, and Terrence averages 17.5 points a ball game. Only had 4 points in the first quarter going into the third quarter, and just 1 field goal after that, and that was in the fourth quarter. 20 points for Javier Lamerli, who ends his Mustang career. And Javier, a big 20 points for him. And let's check out how many rebounds Javier had. He had 5 rebounds, and 4 of those were on the offensive side. Back to Dresden. Dresden had 6 rebounds and 2 offensive boards for the Mustangs. Brandon Rogers is just a sophomore, and he had 1 point. Check that, he had 3 points, had a 3-pointer back in the third quarter, and he will get back to running the offense for the Mustang football team. Also, Brandon did not have any rebounds. And Udom Osakwe had no points, but 2 rebounds. And Austin Hill had 4 points and 8 rebounds. And let's see, Dominique Odoms had 3 points. And that does it for the Mustangs as far as scoring. And let's go back to Rashawn Haylock, and then we'll get back to the Leuzinger Olympians scoring. Rashawn.
Yeah, Lou, we got a couple more guys over here. Roy Gordon, DeLon Wright. Get to you in 1 second. First, Roy. Last game here at the Lou House. So what were kind of the emotions coming into this one? Knowing win or lose, this is going to be last game here at home this season.
We just want to give our fans a good show. It's like we got a type of swag, like we don't think about losing. There's only one thing, and it's winning. So like we got this type of swag, so we don't think we're gonna lose.
And talking about that a little bit, you guys are back here in the semifinals. Obviously, it's a bitter taste left in your mouth last season at the Pond. How does it feel to be back here in this spot with another opportunity to advance?
We just don't want to let nobody down. It's like the community look up to us. So last year we fell short by 2 points, and this year we're going to win it by 15.
And what about this guy right here behind me in the second half he had tonight?
Man, he do him every night. If he not scoring, steals, rebound, he put in big points for us, though, tonight.
Hey, congratulations on the win, Roy. Appreciate the time. That's Roy Gordon, and I'm here with DeLon Wright. It seems like Amir kind of put you guys on his shoulders in that second quarter, but then you came out and you just had the tremendous second half. What did you guys talk about in the locker room at halftime?
We talked about getting more rebounds and taking better shots and just pushing the tempo and stuff.
Hey, you guard, you play primarily on the perimeter, but you're attacking the offensive glass tonight. I got you down for 7 offensive rebounds. What is your mentality when you're going in there battling against those big boys?
I just try to get the offensive rebounds that my teammates don't get and just do little stuff first so we can win.
And talk about that two-hand flush.
Oh, yeah, I was waiting for that the whole game, get the crowd hype.
Guys, back in the semifinals, how does it feel? I mean, you're a veteran on the squad. You know what's been going on here the last couple of years. To be back in this spot now, how does it feel?
Oh, it feels good knowing that we can go back to the Honda Center and win because last year we lost. So we're trying to go back and win this.
As a senior, last game here at Leuzinger, at the Lou House, what are your emotions as you just played your last game here on this court?
Oh, it feels good knowing that I went out winning and we get the crowd we wanted, but they wanted.
Hey, congratulations on the win tonight. That's DeLon Wright, Leuzinger, big winner here tonight. Lou, I'll be over there in just 1 second to join you, partner.
All right, thank you very much, Rashawn Haylock. Not too many people left here at Lou House, so I guess, Rashawn, we'll get back over here. And talking about DeLon Wright, he had 14 points and 8 rebounds and a big second half for him. And want to thank him for joining us. Had that dunk in the fourth quarter off of the nice nifty pass from Amir Garrett. Also on the scoring chart, Akil Quinn had 12 points and 2 rebounds, 8 points for Colroy Gordon, and 1 rebound. For Colroy, he had 2 3-pointers, and 2 points for Jaquan Green, and 22 points and 10 rebounds for Amir Garrett. Another double-double for him. He follows up a 20 point and 8 rebound game with the against the Cougars there at Capo Valley the other night. Gary Blakes had 2 points from the free throw line. Deshaun Burton had 2 points and 1 rebound. And Chasen Williams had 6 points and 6 rebounds. And again, it was like what Reggie Morris said, it was a team game tonight, team win for the Leuzinger Olympians. Final score again was 68-45 in favor of the Olympians over the Mustangs.
Yeah, definitely a team win tonight. Talking to Coach Morris, I agree with that fact, but you got to give credit to where credit's due. I felt like Amir Garrett definitely did what he had to do to propel this team into the win here tonight. I thought that second quarter was crucial because seemingly going into that quarter, Roosevelt was up 18-11. They had all the momentum. Yes, they made their fair share of mistakes, but they weren't really getting hurt by those penalties. And Leuzinger wasn't really making them pay for the mistakes that they made. And this thing could have easily teetered, and the run by Roosevelt could have continued on, but Amir Garrett put it on his mind that, big players need to step up and make big plays. It's that old cliche, and he definitely did so tonight, especially in that second quarter, which was so pivotal for tonight.
Second quarter run by the Olympians. It was 8-2 that finally knocked the Mustangs on their heels, and then on the way to the big win for the Leuzinger Olympians, as 10 of those points were scored in the second quarter by Amir Garrett. And like you said, he really put the team on his shoulders. And in the third quarter, the Olympians rode a 12-0 run, and that was huge too. It just seems that the Olympians get hot and will throw that run and literally run you over on the way to the finish line.
And if you're an opposing coach, that's so scary because it's one of those things you kind of know it's coming and you try to brace yourself for it, but when it hits you, and Coach Neal talked about it, he said when they get rolling, it's kind of like a runaway train, and that's exactly what happened here tonight. 6 points in the second quarter for Roosevelt, 5 in the third quarter. And when you're defending and when you're stopping teams like that, it's going to be hard for them to beat you. And Leuzinger definitely got it done on the defensive end, and that's been their motto under Coach Reggie Morris. It's been defense, defense, defense. That's what got them on that great magical run a season ago, and that got them the win here tonight.
So two similar teams as far as the Cougars and the Roosevelt Mustangs, the Capo Valley Cougars and the Mustangs, and with lockdown defenders and 2 or 3 guys that really carry the ball in the load for the teams. And on this Leuzinger Olympian team, you have 7 guys that can really do the heavy lifting for this team. And next up, you have either Mission Viejo or Loyola, and they just are some lights-out teams as well. So now the road gets really bumpy on the way to Honda Center.
Yeah, I tell you what, it's not going to be easy. It hasn't really been talked about much, but Leuzinger actually moving up a division this season. They're in Division 1A. They were in Division 2 a season ago, and because of their success, you get the bump up. And with the bump up, you get more fierce competition, higher competition. Mission Viejo, the winners of their league, that's the South Coast League down there deep in Orange County. And Loyola has been one of the most talked about teams in the entire section throughout this season. We talked about it a little bit in the broadcast, Lou. A lot of people felt like Loyola should have been the #1 seed in this division, that is 1A, and I'm sure Leuzinger kind of can attest to that because they felt like they got slided a season ago when people thought that they should have been the #1 seed over Thousand Oaks.
Well, so a lot of people think that maybe Loyola should have been #1 and Leuzinger #2.
Absolutely. So both these teams will enter that game with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder, as they should, especially when you get down to this part of the season. And like Roy Gordon talked about, this team just has incredible swag, and they feel like they can't be beaten. And when they're playing like that, when they got it going like that, especially for those last 3 quarters of tonight, there aren't really very many teams that's going to be able to beat this team.
Now they win their 18th in a row, 68-45 over the Roosevelt Mustangs, and now go on to either meet the 2nd seed Loyola team or the #3 Mission Viejo Diablos at a site to be determined. Well, it's time for our player of the game selection. You interviewed some of the candidates, and well, on paper you have DeLon Wright. He had 14 points and 8 rebounds, and then you have Amir Garrett, who had 22 points and 10 rebounds, and Akil Quinn with 12 points and 2 rebounds. And who do you think, Coach? I'm going to put it in your hands.
You put it in mine. Wow, what a decision. I mean, Akil Quinn kind of controlled the tempo, as Coach Morris likes to say. DeLon Wright, 7 of those 8 rebounds on the offensive end. Our super producer, Tom Strickfadden, he just entered his vote. He said Amir Garrett. I'm going to roll with the boss. I'm going to go with Tom. I think what he did in that second quarter was so pivotal. Not to take away from anything that the rest of the guys did tonight. This was, in fact, a team win. But I think that second quarter was such a crucial point in this game tonight. And if they don't get over that hump in that second quarter, we may be talking about a Leuzinger loss here tonight.
That's right.
And I just think what Amir did was so pivotal tonight. And for that, I'd have to give him player of the game.
He certainly has been the difference maker all season long. Amir Garrett, the junior, the 6'6 junior transfer from Las Vegas, is our Channel 22 Sports Player of the Game. Congratulations, Amir. Well, partner, what do you think? Oh, we just got the hot links. Oh, our night is complete.
It's time to eat.
Heaven.
It is time to
eat. A few seconds away. All right, Rashawn, what do you say we... I'm salivating right now just thinking about that hot link. And the heartburn, too, that comes along with it.
Go ahead.
Let's do it. Put a bow on this one and put it on the shelf for the Leuzinger Olympians. And this is Loosed Hours for Rashawn Haylock, Tom Strickfadden, and our terrific Channel 22 Sports crew, telling you once again from Lou House, the Leuzinger Olympians, the 3rd seed in Division 1A in the CIF Southern Section Playoffs, eliminate the number 11 seed Roosevelt Mustangs 68-45. Until next time, so long.